First, the top headlines. Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan alerts public to start maintaining COVID-appropriate behaviors. Center to provide free ration for over 80 crore people under NFSA. Eight pilgrims killed in a road accident in Kerala. Volodymyr Zelensky visit to Washington, first overseas trip since the Russian invasion 300 days ago. And the 18-member team announces to represent India at FIH Hockey Men's World Cup 2023. Hello, good afternoon and welcome to ELITETV. I'm Pari Yendrembam giving you 3 PM English news. Now, before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear a face mask when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum distance of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now, the news in detail. Amidst the surge of COVID-19 cases in some countries, new COVID-detected cases will undergo genome sequencing immediately, said Health Minister Dr. S. Ranjan on Friday. Dr. Ranjan called on all the people to start following the COVID-appropriate behavior as a precautionary measure. He highlighted as of today, Manipur has 0 COVID-19 positive cases. However, it is high time to stay alert as some deadly variants of the virus are spreading fast in some countries. During the emergency press conference held at the Health Directorate in Imphal, he cautioned public not to panic. Government wants public to take precautionary measures and follow the SOP given by the COVID guidelines, he added. He said that Manipur has overcome the past waves of COVID-19, adding that government still needs the same cooperation given by the public before. The minister further appealed public to avoid mass gatherings and get fully vaccinated to stay secure of COVID-19. Meanwhile, he informed that the officials started an exercise to fully activate all COVID centers, including PSA plants, ventilators, oxygen concentrators, beds, and others by December 27 by giving their best level as instructed by the Chief Minister, he added.
Vaccinations akoi yamna yari makai akoi tahusi maramdi masigi severe ni akoi na hogiba wave ta iba tare matamda da akoi na covid thengna bangam bigise praja gi support nani praja gi support yaudra ge akoi covid thengna bdunga moidoni praja gi support haibu aza haise ki ba akoi ge SOP follow toba government na guidelines piriba akoi ge vaccination kari kari matam chana adum tobina baina makta akoi mayam da appeal tawjari akoi government ki akoi COVID management in case of COVID cases kari gumbada henkal agadi hosi hosi amuka Nigeria akoi COVID cases hosi 0 ni kari gumba henkal agadi adugi meeting ni honorable chief minister na chair to wiraga yamna concerned doina akoi hospitals jingda in case of necessity kaino la agaso COVID ki ICU beds henkatna ba duga akoi officials duga akoi meeting tawduna athuba mathamda dum ramp up tawna ba keno tawri precaution ni akoina sigi COVID ki keno si karini in case of any eventuality prepare to hoba tare koina aduna akoi yam thuna akoi honorable union minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya's opinion sigi keno sida yam athubi da akoi every district lady ba every health center COVID si akoi thengna ba ngamna na bina makta akoi jaga khudingmakta PSA plants or ventilators or oxygen concentrators or duga atop kenos loina akoi drill lama yam tuna tawgani.
State police personnel conducted massive poppy destruction in an area of about 30 acres on the western hill range of Chelsea village under Kangpopi police station on Friday. The destruction was conducted under a team led by SP Kangpopi and SP Narcotic Affairs of Border, NAVT, along with a large team of 200 recruit constables from Manipur Training Center, MPTC Pangai, and one company of the MRIRP. 7 huts which were used for keeping poppy cultivation materials including fertilizers, salt, packets, herbicides along with the materials were burned. A case was registered at Kangpopi police station and some accused involved in the plantation are also identified and will arrest shortly. The whole operation was carried out under the spot supervision of the DGP Manipur P. Dongem. Secondly, a team of Churachandpur police personnel and FAS IRB led by the Superintendent of Police Churachandpur and the CO FAS IRB along with 90 personnel in the presence of SDO Tuibong conducted poppy destruction drive in the forest area of Tinghangjang village, Churachandpur on the same day. About 65 acres have been destroyed and burned down on the spot, and one accused identified as the chief of Tinghangjang village, Mr. Kamsei Haukif, 48 years, son of Othang, was been arrested. A registered regular case FIR has been registered in this regard. While the team of Ukhrul District Police, 6 Manipur Rifles, Narcotic Affairs of Border, NAVT and Forest Department have carried out destruction of poppy cultivated areas in the district of Ukhrul at Samphung. More than 40 acres of poppy cultivated areas were destroyed. None of the poppy cultivators were found at the time of the drive conducted in these hill range. However, a few individuals who were earlier residing at the hill range of Samphung Tora have been identified. Details of the land owner of the hill range were collected and verification of the same is undergoing. And Kangpopi District Police teams along with NAV Forest Department, Assam Rifles, SDO have destroyed about 10 acres of illicit poppy cultivation in Molkon and Fulaijang Hill Range under Saikul Police Station. It was in the initial stage and the more such destruction drive will be scheduled. FIR has been registered and efforts are on the way to arrest the cultivators and landowners. Chief Minister N. Biren was called on by the representatives of the state-level Gan-Ngai Committee at his secretariat on Friday. Gan-Ngai is the biggest cultural and religious post-harvest festival of the Zhelingarong community, which marks the end of a year and the beginning of a new year. Further, Chief Minister also shared a meeting with the Most Reverend Dominic Leomon Didi, Archbishop of Imphal, and other members of the church at his residential office on Friday. Discussions were held on the maintenance of peace and harmony in the state during the festive season, welfare programs of the Christian veteran, and the wide celebration of the Christmas in the state. People Advancement Center organized National Consumer Rights Day on the theme Effective Disposal of Cases in Consumer Commission under the sponsorship of Department of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution at State Guest House, Sanjintong today. In presence of Director Keft and PD Robertson, Assam, with District Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission Presidents and former President were attended the event. During the event, Secretary of People Advancement Center, C.S. Priyokumar, stated the day has been observed every year for the rights of consumer, while retailers should avoid deceiving consumers.
Consumers the effective disposal of cases in Consumer Commission and Haina PBD in the Agomena. PD was I some Timsi Umatamsida, how he bug Kias Malay Haragadi, Masesida, Kias Hariba Misi, Sida, Matam Sang and Sang Hexang Basidegi, Kiasi Tadabagi, Koya Tabaga, Tadabagasi, masing hantarak ba khara su adum laita banate maram asina mini sisna khallaga handigi team si yam phajaba amona kiesing si kies haba sing yam thunthuna lochna ba haina adwane tawing mong se team si pukalai ado ai samak yam hajaro ai takpi tambiri ba khangde khoda basu hangjiri ba koi honorable mingone panjarabada Dr. C.H. Narendra ai gidi akoi lekai yam basini.
Meanwhile, District Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission Imphal in Thobal, former President Dr. C.S. Narendra asserted that each year the theme of the Consumer Day has been changed accordingly. For this year, officials of the consumer decide the theme is related to the case of consumer. He further stated that to decrease the issues of today's consumers, Commission implement Consumer Protection Act to provide easy and fast compensation to consumer grievances.
Amagi right mayam singa se yam effective oi ba mawongda effective id phagani bu pandam do sabsana phagan ba yana be mawongda sigi aina si seme maduni aina si seme si hanaga masiga londa kitang kene hanagi Consumer Protection Act 1986 tadi better protection of the interest of the consumers haina haibine hanak sigi better si yaudre for the protection of the consumers haina haire kari gino Kuire better protection highlight ise hoji phawdi phani amna protect toro mani mayam gi wakhan mayam jingju map tar mani maru baduna isam samna protection of the consumers masigi phibam sida thabak sita tharak sida masigi aha mad consumer ise kana no modo yam kana nenan bai maram di oide ngasi
Poor school building conditions and decaying infrastructure of Kendriya Vidyalaya School Akampat made parents terrified to say their words for Class 6, convener of ad hoc KV Akampat Parent Association, C.S. Birendra. During the press meet held at Manipur Press Club, he appealed the government to repair the school building as soon as possible.
2023 gi March ki matung dagidi Hariba school asida mahiroi sing asi lehellaga makata na mahimasing tambada khudong sadaba mayok narani madugidamak mipaiba ma phawi haidana school gi authority sina kanna haibire hujik leiriba phibam asida school gi authority na poiba mipaiba thawai wariba nungnangba poiba mahiroi sing si karigumbada hariba hujik leiriba school asi sarkar gi mari leinaba bibhagna semjin bidraba adu ragadi angang sing simahi masing tamba manga gadra haibigi pakhat pama mama mapa oiba koida pokchaba danatana angang sing sidasu tension nama hujik tam kanna leire hoji angang sing si tension leitana ba parents sing akoi gi thamoi du su ningdom pom dana wari basi wadana ba sarkar na athuba matamda thabak akhanaba thabak thaurang khara lokhat piraga phatre hariba building asi athuba matamde semjin ba loisan naba thabak pakat piu
Session Kudingi 40 seat Laibada, 10 seat Amadi, Artiki Kutanga, Satazimu class 1 digi, free education P Haitare. Only 25 rupees Katan housing, but the 25 rupees are to PM Maman Yaudi. Aduna 25 rupees admission Piraga, Angang Tarabu Frida, Light Tamba Pangan by the Assume School Mutat Pivas, Ako Impaliski Yam Live Tivani, Aduna Mutat Pigano. Mapam Saba Kuigi Impaliski within the headquarter, the 5 kilometer radius level Manunga, Atu Matamda, permanent building over Yabam Piviraga, Marilena Bivak Amadi, Education Department Amadi, Honorable Kui the Myang Namta, Asang Balusingo Oiriba, Kuigi Pavung Biren assuming.
Proscribed Outfit Revolutionary People Front Minority Affairs Deputy Secretary Y. Siam extends their warm greetings to all the Christian veterans of Manipur. RPF in a press release called for unity and peace among all the community on the occasion for a stronger Manipur. 5th Assam Rifles on Friday seized illicit drugs brown sugar worth over Rs 4 crore in the international market at mobile vehicle checkpost of the Mori subdivisional in T. Mino village under Mori police station. The Assam Rifles troops intercepted a Maruti Zipsi and a TVS scooty. After a detailed search, the troops were able to recover 50 soft cases that contained 2 kg 150 grams of brown sugar. The 4 drug traffickers were identified as Lamgailal Kibzen, 32 years, son of El Lunkhopau Kibzen of More New Laikot village. Letkoson Kibzen, 22 years, son of Zangkolun Kibzen of More Zalen 5 village. Namgolun Tauthang, 32 years, son of Thangmang Tauthang of Zurachanpur Zalen 5 village, and Sengam Haukif, 38 years, son of late Zamkai Haukif of More Ngamkai Veng. The seized items have been handed over to More police station for initiating necessary investigation into the case. All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko extended their warm greetings to the state for Christmas. Amuko stated, the festival ushers in peace and harmony amongst the people of the state and work together to remove the distrust amongst each other. Meanwhile, Secretary General Amuko, Dr. Norendra Thoksom, Secretary Publicity, Laisram Krishna Chandra, Assistant Secretary N. Lokendro attended the 55th Merry Christmas for All event held at Kalalong, Thaninkul of Bishnupur. Amuko presents gifts during the occasion. Amuko further added that they will visit various villages and present gifts. Now, before going on to further news, let's have a short commercial break.
The pinnacles of success. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNACO School, Excellence in Education.
The legendary brand Vespa was born in 1946. The Vespa has a unique design with a V-shaped grille to complement its sleek cast. The Piaggio emblem at the front gives you the pride of ownership, innovative appearance. The design was inspired by the wasp, hence the name Vespa.
Adom gari macha darkar oibibra? Suknagi minute kuntragi manungda document ichang changdana Vespa amadi Aprilia gi apamba model sing supna dagi lupa lising tara khaktang puthok piduna loan oina lawba yabagi khudong chaba pizare. Akupa marol kidamak contact tobirau 9089895330 amadi 9615823252 Tulasi Motors Private Limited Thangmaiban amadi Sangai Pro Kudong Chaba si mangan biganu ngasi mag-contact tobirau terms and conditions apply.
Welcome you all to UNACO School Channel Imphal East, an exclusive co-educational residential school located on a sprawling 50 acres campus just 24 kilometers away from Imphal City. The school will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. Academic session will begin on 1st April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Registration commit recent open for 2023 and 24 session.
Mayam po naman po punim zari World Maitay Council gi 4th Plenary Session 2023 sugunong mifam lagiba January 29, 2023 gi nomaizing nimita sugunoda layba balika gi lampakta pangthok lagani handak ki theme asina re-awakening our spirit of oneness in thought and action. Hi, Basi. My name is Yendrembam. Mitay Chirinaw Singh amasung maruk mapang sing na sarap yabi na bagidamag pauzin zari. Ako pamarol kitambag Facebook page. Wow, may tay council da sangira ba shufang bigano? Yay for it.
Welcome back after a short commercial break. Now the news. In a major decision, the Union government has decided on Friday to provide free ration to 81.3 crore people under the Nation National Food Security Act (NAFSA) for 1 year. Union Food Minister Piyush Goyal said making ration free under National Food Security Act will cost about rupees 2 lakh crore and the government will bear this cost. It is to be noted that under NAFSA, also known as the food law, the government currently provides 5 kg of food grains per person per month at rupees 2 to 3 per kg. The families covered under Antyodaya Anna Yojana (AAY) get 35 kg of food grains every month. Under this act, rice is distributed to the poor at a rate of rupees 3 per kg and wheat at rupees 2 per kg. Talking to the media about the decision taken by the Union Cabinet, Piyush Goyal said that the centre will bear the entire cost of providing free rations under NFSA and added that the annual cost to the exchequer is estimated to be around rupees 2 lakh crore. Meanwhile, the central government has decided not to extend the free ration scheme, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana (PMGKY), which ends on December 31. Under PMGKY, 5 kg of ration per person per month is provided free to 81.35 crore beneficiaries covered under NAFSA. This is over and above the monthly distribution of highly subsidized food grains under NAFSA. Notably, the government officials termed the latest cabinet decision as a New Year gift for the country's poor and said that over 80 crore people will now get free ration under the act. The random coronavirus testing of international arriving passengers started today at Delhi airport as the authorities step up measures to prevent the possible spread of the infection in the country. 2% of passengers arriving in each international flight will be subjected to random coronavirus testing at airports. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia held a virtual meeting with Health Minister of States and Union Territories on Friday over rising COVID-19 cases in some parts of the world. The meeting was held to discuss preparedness in the country amid reports of spiraling COVID cases in China and few other countries. During the meeting, the Union Health Minister advised states to be on the alert and keep all preparedness for COVID management. Mandavia said, Centre and states need to work in a collaborative spirit as we have done during the previous surges. Further, he stated that he urged to strengthen the surveillance system, ramped up testing, and ensure the readiness of hospital infrastructure. He also stressed on test, track, treat, vaccinate, saying COVID-appropriate behavior continues to remain the tested strategy for pandemic management. Also stressing on combating the pandemic with a preemptive and proactive approach by increasing testing, genome sequencing, and following COVID-appropriate behavior. Mandavia further remarked that there is no need to panic. We have 3 years of experience in pandemic management. The central government will provide all the support to combat COVID-19. We will take action as per the needs. Projecting a growth rate of 6.8% and 6.1% in the current and the next fiscal respectively, the International Monetary Fund (IMF) on Friday said that India is navigating a very difficult external environment. Soeri Nada, the IMF's India mission chief, in her virtual interaction with reporters, reiterated that India continues to be the bright spot in an otherwise gloomy global economic scenario. Mr. Nasa said, we are seeing the economy continue to grow pretty robustly this fiscal year. As the international financial body released the report of its annual consultations with India, she maintained on that on the monetary policy side, the IMF supports the policy actions that the RBI has taken to address high inflation, and it thinks that additional monetary policy tightening needs to be carefully calibrated and communicated to balance the objectives of inflation and growth. Regarding the financial sector, the report notes the strength of soundness and credit indicators with the economy coming out of the pandemic crisis. The IMF in its report also encouraged India further progress on structural reforms in the financial sector, such as the implementation of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, the operationalizing of the National Assets Restructuring Company, and further progress on bank privatizations. Both houses of the parliament were adjourned sine die on Friday morning, a week ahead of the schedule. The winter session of the parliament, which started on December 7, was to otherwise end on December 29. Adjourning Rajya Sabha Vice President and Rajya Sabha Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankar talked about the importance of taking necessary precautions to spread COVID-19 spread. He thanked the members for their cooperation to organize the Millets Festival in the parliament. This session saw Lok Sabha holding 13 sittings totaling 62 hours and 42 minutes and recorded a productivity of 97%. The session saw heated debates over China's transgressions in Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh, with the opposition taking on the center over the lack of a discussion on the matter and deeming it a national concern. The session also saw amendments to the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 1950 being passed. Some of the other bills that were passed are the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021, the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022, and the Anti-Maritime Piracy Bill 2019. Amid a ruckus by the opposition that saw the House being adjourned multiple times, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal introduced the Jan Biswas Amendment of Provisions Bill in the Lok Sabha, amid amending certain enactments to decriminalize minor offences. The Union Cabinet on Friday approved a pending pension of revision for pensioners from the armed forces and their families under the One Rank One Pension OROP scheme, which has been delayed since July 2019. Arrears will be paid from July 1, 2019 to June 30, 2022, which is approximately Rs 23,683 crore as per the applicable dearness relief. The Defence Ministry said in a statement, pensions of the past pensioners would be refixed on the basis of average of minimum and maximum pensions of Defence Forces retirees of calendar year 2018 in the same rank with the same length of service. More than 25.13 lakh people, including over 4.52 lakh new beneficiaries, armed forces pensioners and family pensioners will also be benefited. The ministry further added that armed forces personnel with a retirement date up to June 30, 2019, excluding premature retirees with effect from July 1, 2014, will be covered under this revision. Arrears will be paid in 4 half-yearly installments. However, all the family pensioners, including those in receipt of the special liberalized family pensions and gallantry award winners, shall be paid arrears in one installment annual expenditure. Eight Sabarimala pilgrims were killed and another 2 injured after a car in which they were traveling fell into a gorge at 7 Curve near Lower Camp on the Kumili-Kumbum route in Idukki on Friday night. The deceased are residents of Andipati in Tamil Nadu. The incident happened on Friday at 11 p.m. when a car carrying 10 Sabarimala pilgrims, including a child, were returning back to Tamil Nadu after visiting the Sabarimala temple. While initiating a hairpin curve, the driver lost control of the car and rammed into a tree on the roadside and fell into a gorge of 40 feet deep atop the penstock pipe through which the neighboring state is withdrawing water from the Mulapiriyar Dam. 7 persons died on the spot, though Kumili police immediately rushed to the spot and conducted rescue operation. The injured child was taken to a hospital in Kumili, while others were taken to hospitals in Theni under the leadership of Kambam Police and Fire and Rescue Operation. Police said hairpin curve, narrow road and driver's lack of experience in driving on such risky stretches had resulted in the accident. Volodymyr Zelensky's surprise visit to Washington. The Ukrainian president's first overseas trip since the Russian invasion 300 days ago started with a secretive train ride to Poland late on Tuesday. The next morning, he arrived in the southern Polish city of Zemshil, where he was spotted at the train station, according to footage from the private broadcaster TVN, along with the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Bridget Brink, who accompanied him. Zelensky's visit had planned for days and organized in secret because of concerns about his safety, but details were tweeted on Tuesday by a reporter from US-based newsletter Punchbowl News. In Poland, Zelensky boarded a U.S. government plane which landed at about noon EST on Wednesday at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland near Washington. He traveled by motorcade to Blair House, the presidential guest house along Pennsylvania Avenue, and after freshening up from his trip, went to the nearby White House, where he was greeted by President Joe Biden and the First Lady Jill Biden. Hockey India on Friday announces the 18-member team who will represent India at FIH's Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023 Bhubaneswar, Rourkela. The Indian team grouped in Pool D along with England, Spain and Wales. Spain and Wales will begin their campaign on 13 January 2023 in the newly built Birsa Munda Hockey Stadium in Rourkela. As drag flicker, Harmanpreet Singh has been named as captain of the squad with Amit Rohidas as a vice-captain. The team strategically selected after 2 days trial in Sai Center, Bengaluru, where 33 players were put to test features a good mix of experience and young players who will vie to end India's way to stand on the podium in the prestigious event. India will begin their World Cup campaign against Spain on 13 January in Rourkela, followed by their second Pool D match against England. They will move to Bhubaneswar to play their third pool match against Wales. The knockout stage will begin with crossover matches on 22nd and 23rd January and quarterfinals on 25 and semi-finals on 27 January. The bronze medal match and the final will be held on 29 January. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now the headlines once again. Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan alerts public to start maintaining COVID-appropriate behaviors. Center to provide free ration for over 80 crore people under NFSA. Eight pilgrims killed in a road accident in Kerala. Volodymyr Zelensky visits to Washington, first overseas trip since the Russian invasion 300 days ago. And an 18-member team announces to represent India at the FIH Hockey Men's World Cup 2023. Well, that's all for 3 p.m. ELITETV English news and updates. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.